Hello, my name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur, and welcome back to Niche. So last episode we played through the tutorial, we experienced the story of Adam, and that was all fine. Today though, I want to jump into the Sandbox Mode, look at some of the settings, and see if we can have a different kind of niche experience. So now we have 4 different levels of difficulty that we can choose from, and those are represented by different islands. Easier islands have more food and less predators, and harder islands the reverse. So today we're going to make our own game mode. And as you can see, there are plenty of settings to choose from. For this video, I'm going to leave the age levels on default. And then we have 2 animals by default as well. I'm going to add a third. I'm going to assign the gender as random and make sure that their rank is on Omega. They'll be 7 days old, just like our other ones. But unlike our other animals, they can have any genes that the computer generates for them, where the default animals have the more common, more basic genes. So this will give us a little bit more genetic variety. I'm going to make sure that, importantly, the immunity is also randomized. So we'll start out with 3 animals: Rael, Pri, and Laius. I'm not going to start us out with more food though, and I am going to turn on the blind gene mode. So I, as the player, will not know where the traits of my animals come from. You can also choose to disable any kind of plants or animals that you don't want in your game. I'm not going to do that, but I think it's good that they include the option. I think we all have that one enemy in a game that you just despise and wish it didn't exist. So here you have the opportunity. And here, finally, I think is the most interesting part of Sandbox Mode, which is you can define your own win condition. And I think that's something that had been missing from the game before this previous update, is really a concrete goal that you could set for yourself. Before, the win condition was always in your mind and just something that you were kind of stumbling towards. But here you can set it before the game starts, hard and cold. Did I win or not? So here, so I can have it based on food, number of days survived, number of generations, or numbers of animals in your tribe. Today I'm just going to have it for number of days survived equal to 25, which is the lifespan of a nicheling. You could also add certain traits that you want to achieve. I'm not going to do that today, but that's an interesting setting that you could play with. One more thing though, I am going to change the amount of hunger damage. So if our animals start to go hungry, they're going to have 5 times the default level. So that will be 1/5 of their lifespan if they go hungry for 1 day. And that will really force us to go out into the world and look for food and take chances and maybe find some predators as well. So we need to keep an eye on our food supply. And that's why I'm gonna call this game Stay Hungry. And we're going to try a medium island this time. There are several choices. I think a grass mingle sounds fun. And so here we go. Okay, so here we are. We started off with two animals that have a bill. That should be good for scavenging the sea floor, I believe. We also have our win conditions are up here on the top left. We know what those are. Survive 25 days. So Laius here is a girl. She has 5 swimming and can feed from the bottom, and that is because of her bill. So we definitely need to be hanging around the waterfront. And then we have Pre, who is only a 1 swimming. He has 4 speed, which is relevant to the land. And then he's a good collector, also has bottom feeding, and 1 attack. So he seems pretty good. We're going to go ahead and mate him with Laius right away. And we need to be either making a nest or finding one ASAP. And here we have Raelle, who is pretty good. She has 3 swimming and 2 speed, and then 4 collecting and 4 cracking. That's pretty impressive. And 2 fishing, but does not have bottom feeding. So I feel like we have a good mix. For right now, it's going to be pretty easy to take advantage of all of our food choices. Looks like we have some clams right down there. I believe that that's going to be helpful to start. So back to Pre, and we're going to mate him with Raelle and then move him. He is the one that's faster over land. So let's move him this way. And then Leia still has all of her action points. We can go down here. I don't think we can get the clams. Can Raelle get the clams? She can indeed. Her cracking opens that. And that's 2 food right away. And we have a healing water plant here to our left. She has good collecting as well. So we got some of that. I don't think that we need it. We can do some collecting down here. It's only nesting material from sea algae, but we'll take it. We can keep moving down this way. I believe that there's some mechanic about keeping your animals together and how they can move in a pack. And then also, for instance, Laius here is being warmed by the pack. So maybe that's only for colder conditions. But I like to move them in a group if I can. So keep on keeping on, and that is the end of our turn, I believe. Remember, you can hit tab to choose between animals, or enter to end the turn. What do we have down here? I believe that is a fish, and we have pretty good fishing. So we can attack. I'm going to move back up onto land. Then I can use Laius to get food from the seafloor with her bill. And we're back up to 23. We can also nest here if we choose. I think that's a good idea. And then just collect some materials because we don't want to go far. And we have Pre here, who is our alpha male. We can move him down this way. Not too much coming up yet. Can we change to smell or hearing? I don't see any berry bushes or more sea animals. Apparently Rael has picked up a parasite, so we can use Pre's turn to remove that. That probably was from being in the water. Keep moving down. We do have walnuts up this way, so we can use our cracking to get that done. And we have a brand new pup named Tanota, who is a male. Babies can't move for their first day, so she's going to be in the nest for a moment. We can use Rael to come down and get this nut. And then we need her by the nest for next turn. Pre can dig into the sea floor. There's food there. We're back up to 25. And he still has 2 turns. We need to keep him close to the shoreline though. And we found a natural nest, of course, now that we've made one. But that's cool, we can still use it. I'm gonna leave Laius here, but we can collect some grasses and stuff while we watch over the baby. It is currently raining, which will regrow fruit and nuts on the plants. We haven't found too many of those though. We can now move our baby out of the nest and then also Laius as well. Put her right back in the nest and then we can mate again. And have Rael in the nest now and she'll give birth next turn. And then up this way with Pre. So with 4 animals now and 21 food, we're going to be lower than we have been. And now we're up to 6 animals. Although Nonoke here has the common cold. So who knows how long he'll be around. And then we have Mikosi, who is a female. So the next generation, remember, we don't necessarily want to inbreed. But until you can find animals outside of your pack, it can be inevitable. So right now, we're back to having 2 males and a female for the next generation. So that's at least acceptable. 2 of those can't leave the nest, and Tanata is up to a teenager, I believe. Yes, so she can move 3 turns now and has 4 swimming. Although she's fast, she only has 1 collect and 1 sea bottom, so you could see how you need the right mix and match of traits, because even though, like I said, she's good, he is good on land and water, he's not going to be able to get too much food. So how much good does that really do you? I'm not sure. Anyway, we can move him down this way by the water line again. More shells down here. But except for Mikosi, who has 3 collecting, 2 attack, 1 cracking, 2 fishing, 1 bottom feeding. She's going to be the one that needs to get all of our food. So maybe after the next generation we'll have a good mix. But for now it's looking a little bit dicey. So keep moving down the coast with Pre-Pre. We do have a stag mole over here. And as we learned last time, they're a great source of meat if you have somebody with attack. Couple of stag moles in here. Still no berries as far as I can tell. And another natural nest. So let's get Royale. We can start moving some of the adults down this way too. She can go into the water and then next time get this shell. Layers can move down. She's not pregnant anymore. I probably need to hold back a little bit on the babies that I'm having. We're up to 6 in the tribe, so that's fine. But we need to watch our food, down to 15 at the moment. Makosi still can't leave the nest, so we won't worry about her. End the turn. Alright, down to 9 food, so we need to start with Royale. She can get some food from the shell. That brings us up to 11. Go back to our nose. There's not too much going on over here, to be honest. There was a couple of stag moles, but they've all gone underground. We lost the element of surprise. There's something up in here. Is this another one of our species? It looks that way. They're making a run for it. But it looks like we found a bush. So who has good collecting? Royale does. She's already used one of her turns, but we can get her moving in that direction. Kanota has good bottom feeding, so let's leave him over by the coast. And then we have Makosi, who we can start moving in that direction. Indeed, here we have Alisra, who has good digging and a little bit of attack, with okay swimming and speed. So maybe we'll think about getting her into the tribe, see how much food we can get off of this berry bush. So for the moment we're in food danger, but that won't last too long. Let's not start with Pre-Pre. We might have to though. Move him over this way. What is that thing? A Dodomingo. It's a cute looking bird. Hopefully he's not aggressive. I don't know too much about Dodomingos. We're having a hard time getting over there because of all the brush. There are fish here. We can't move and collect though. Let's keep on going this way. We do have Makosi who can go that way and take the fish. Yeah, we got some food. That was nice. Here's No here. Start moving with the rest of the tribe. And I think that is all for this time. So back to 14 food, 6 animals. We can end the day. Looks like a lot of people have a cold at the moment. I'm not sure what is going on with that. Doesn't say anything's wrong. Here we go. No Kier has the common cold, as does Makosi. We must have got it from Alisra because she has it and we're all over in this area. So let's take Royale over this way, get some food. she can get a ton of it. And that brings us up to 15. So I don't think I'm inclined to get Elisra into the tribe. She's already 18 days old, so getting up there. She has good dig, but nothing else that we really value. So I'll just leave her be. Nonokir does not have good collecting or fishing. Let's keep moving up this coast for the time being. We could attack Elisra if we wanted to. I don't see a reason for that. So here's Makosi. She has decent collecting, and there is a shell over here. That will get us some more food. 17 now. She's out of turns. And as I said, I want to try to keep them together. These guys aren't doing too much, so we need to start walking that way. Somehow Pri still has one turn. What is over here that we can attack? It's a little rabbit. So do that, and rabbit runs away, but we gotta hit in. If we see it again, we can probably finish it off. So end the turn. 11 food, so maybe it's getting a little bit low, but we're still okay for a bit. More berries on this bush now. We can do that with Rael. Only up to 13. Indeed, the bunny is back. And indeed, we got the kill. And then we got the meat. It takes us up to 17 food. We're doing well. Another berry bush over this way. So who has good collect? Makosi, of course. Keep moving her. So we have, oh no, we have a bear. Or to be more precise, a bearina. Here next to Laius. So that might not be fantastic. These tend to be some of the more scarier predators in the game. I don't want to attack, especially with Laius. She doesn't have any claws at all. So we can back away. Let's take, well, we need to take Laius and get her down here because I believe that I saw, yes, indeed, on the sea floor, there's some food. So that takes us up to 21. We're back in business. As long as we keep away from this bearina, which I think we can do just fine. Thank you very much. Right, so 6 animals in the tribe. A good shot of them here. We're up to day 8. That's a third of the way to our goal. And the bearina is back. Now, here we have Nonokir. This is a fine berry bush. Some of their berry bushes are toxic, so you have to keep an eye out. You can't just go grabbing berries willy-nilly. But Pri is pretty good at that, so let's get some berries from him. And that takes us up to 21. Now, Makosi here has, as you can see, a crabbit, which are super annoying because you cannot attack them from the front. So I need to get, say, Nonokir over here and try to get him around back and get an attack in. And that seems to have worked, but typically you'll have the crab turn around. So I could get another attack in with Makosi. Right now that's not happening. Let's get her up out of the water at least. And see, he just turned. So we can't attack at the moment. Tanada can collect and bottom feed, but we have the need for neither right now. So let's get down here too. collect a little bit of nest and then get up here on the shore. And there's a tree right here. I believe those are the toxic berries. You can kind of see the difference from here. The toxic berries are kind of bumpy, and the fine berries are smooth and much brighter. So we need to keep away from the Bearina though. So let's get Laius. She is fast as hell in the water, and we can get over this way and away from the Bearina. There are fish here, seaweed there, but we don't have, but we do. We have underwater breathing, so it doesn't matter where we leave her. She's at the very bottom right now, so let's move her over this way. More with the group, but still hidden underwater. And finally we have Rael, who at the moment is most in danger from the Bearina. We'll get her over towards wherever these fish were. And Alyssra is back. Get up on dry land. And that should be our turn. Looks like I still have somebody, Mikosi, yes, with 2 moves. So I can attack this Crabbit after all. And get some more berries. That was a win-win. Alright, end the turn. I don't think anybody has taken damage. You can see the Bearina is hot on our heels, but Alyssra has got in between them. So maybe he'll be more inclined to deal with her. And then we also have a peaceful bear. So this is another animal that is not our species, but is not a predator to us. So hopefully there's enough going on over this way that we can just calmly walk away and we won't have a problem. Now, Rael has underwater breathing and good fisherman, so we can move right to the fish over here. And there we go. We got some more food. Up to 18. And there's plenty more where that came from. So, Nonokir can get an attack in, as can Mikosi. And then we can take the meat. And we're well back up to 22. So, let's see. We have Pre and Mikosi here. Mikosi has 3 collect. So let's get some there. Up to 24. And then this tree is out of berries. Let's come over here. We don't want to take the toxic berries. You can see on the bottom left, it tells you that they're poison berries. So no thank you. Keep going this way. We have more Crabbits over here. More fish over here too. Laius is not a good fisherman. She does have a parasite though. So back up on the land and we'll get Nonokir to take that off. And then we'll get everybody else moving in this direction. There's another rabbit over this way. Nobody though with really good attack at the moment that still has turns. We found another natural nest. And yeah, we need to stay away from this crab at the moment. Like I said, nobody has good attack. So it's useless to hang around the crab. We do have bottom feeding though. And up to 28. That's what I'm talking about. And that's the end of our day. More bottom feeding here by Pre. And then we'll keep moving everybody in this direction. Again, as I mentioned, not too many options really for Tenota. as he only has one collect and one bottom feeding. So just keep going this way. We'll use him to explore and scout since he does have very good movement. So there we go. We are finding a use for some of our animals. We have Nonokir here, who has taken some damage. 8 days worth of damage. So he won't be living a whole lot longer. Maybe that's from the cold, from being in the water, or I believe more likely it's from the crabbit. So let's get out of here. We don't have good attack. Well, we do, but the crabbits, you need teamwork. So we're too spread out at the moment, I think. Royale is out of turns. And Mikosi has good collecting, and the berries are back, so let's do that. That got us 2, and our food is up to 30. So keep on moving, and well, I was going to say try to avoid the crabbit, but that didn't work out too well. Yeah, so it sounds like somebody took damage. I think that might have been Mikosi from the crabbit. Let's keep moving away from it. And we have a Dodomingo here. Apparently I can attack it. I'm not sure what they do. I haven't seen them too often. We have plenty of animals over here though, so I think we can take care of business. That's 2 attacks in. 3 attacks in. And we still have Pre, who can get his. This is a tough bird, I have to say. That's 6 attacks, I believe, and still standing. And let's get over here and keep an eye on the bird. And that should do it. So day 13, that's halfway through. Lots of animals, though, that are starting to have an issue with bleeding or parasites or just old age. So I don't think we're in the clear yet, to be honest. I think we need to take care of parasites first. So we have one here on Tanada. And we can lick to cure bleeding. And then do an attack. Rael does not have good attack, but we want to get her over here for the nuts. So let's keep doing that. And our bird is back, right in the center, where we want it. I think the best idea here is for Mikosi, maybe. And finally, we've done it. We've killed the Dodomingo. And that gets us 1 food. So, not really what I was expecting, but we have a crab here now. And except for Tonoda, we are out of turns. Alright, 21 food into day 14. I think we're going to start having some fatalities, though, from old age and whatnot. Yeah, Rael has 2 days left, as does Pre, and this is the last day for Laius. So keep them moving, I guess. See what's going on over here. Guy on the stump. That sounds like a good idea. We don't have the food collecting that I would want from Tanada, as I've mentioned. So let's get back over here. We might need 1 more generation, so we'll stay close to the nest. We have another Dodomingo, unfortunately, that's decided to occupy the nest. Rael has plenty of collecting to do for walnuts, though. And we still have Nonokir and Mikosi and this Dodomingo. So let's get some attacks in. And that's it for today. And as you can't see, we no longer have visibility on this stump because our beloved Laius has died. And we're down to 14 food and 5 tribe members. So before we go too much farther, let's take a look at our family tree. Right, so we need to get Mikosi pregnant so that we can ensure one more generation. So obviously everybody's father is Pri, but Rael is only mother to Mikosi. So either male is offspring of Laius, and we can use to mate with Mikosi. So here is Mikosi. I can get into the nest, and I'll mate with Nonokir first because he is almost at the end of his life. And he can make an attack on the Dodomingo, and another, and another, and there's the meat. Mikosi only has the 1 turn left. We'll use that to collect grass. And then we'll use Tanada to get over here, collect the meat, and then back in position for round 2, as it were. Make sure that we use Rael to get more coconuts. There's one more over here. And that should be her final act. And Pri can collect from the stingy cactus. I'm curious if he will die immediately, if he gets hurt, or if it won't really matter because he's about to die tomorrow anyway. Indeed, dead immediately from the stingy cactus. And we hit enter, and that will be Rael 2. And also the father of newly born Kurkuku, was it Nonokir, has died as well. So we only have Tanoda left. He still has 7 days of life remaining. And Mikosi is down to 5. So Kurkuku needs to get us to 25, but he can't do anything at the moment. So while we have the opportunity, we'll take Tanoda, who, remember, is horrible at collecting food in all circumstances, and come back down this way towards the seashore. At the very least, I know there's a bush over this way. Well, we managed to find another one of us, Matara, who has good collecting and fairly good speed and a little bit of cracking and attack. So I think it might not be a bad idea to offer her the food. And now she's part of our tribe. And immediately... Oh, I was going to say immediately I'm going to mate, but turns out Matara is infertile. But let's take Matara over here and get some of these berries. And that brings us up to 19. Matara still has 17 days left of life. So that should get us to the 25. Of course, Kurkuku has 24 days left. But this is all dependent on us keeping the food and some of these guys alive. Now, something else that I wanted to show off. So Mikosi is undeniably our most important member at the moment because she is our breeding female. So I'm going to make her the alpha. And apparently Tanoda is infertile. So I'm going to make him the omega. Meanwhile, Matari is beta and Kurkuku is beta. But I can take Mikosi here, come over, and banish him from the tribe. So he'll go off and do his own thing now. He's not going to die or whatever. But we have one less mouth to feed. So now the tribe is down to 3. And we could make it 6 more days without collecting any food at all. So if you get in a position where food is scarce, or you just get tired of managing so many animals in your tribe, and you want to concentrate on the core, then you can banish ones that you find less appealing. And I think for a challenge like this, where food is everything, that's going to be a good idea for me in the home stretch. Mikosi still has 1 turn, and we have a lot of good aquatic options for food. So I'm going to move her down here next to the water. And that should do it. First we can use Matara to get food off of this tree. And here comes Tanada right back into the picture. He's not our problem right now. This tree is out of berries and Matara still has a turn. Let's go down here by the rest of the tribe. Mikosi is getting up there in age. We're going to keep kind of moving on and patrolling this area for berries or Dodomingos or Barinas or whatever we can find. And finally we have Kurkuku, who will be okay at collecting and okay at attack and have a little bit of bottom feeding as well. He can keep moving out of the nest for the moment. And into day 18, there's the Barina right next to our baby Kurkuku, so that could be a problem. Let's keep trying to move away from there, but we can bring Matara down here and keep maybe a barrier with an older adult, so at least it won't be the young that gets attacked. We can do a little bit of collecting here, and I'm going to say that's our day. Up to 21 food. We have 7 days left, 3 animals. That should do it. I think I've completed this challenge, but you never know. As we just saw with the Barina, Matara has taken a huge hit, 9 days worth of damage, and is currently bleeding. Can we get Kurkuku to cure the bleeding and then run away? Matara here, maybe it would be wise to sacrifice at this point. So we got 3 hits in on the Barina. Bring Mikosi down here as well. 2 more hits. Of course the Barina is not dead yet. And they're all dead now, because mostly from old age, but also from the Barina. Kurkuku here is still only a teen at 5 days old. We're going to come back down here, get some more food. And that is our turn. So it's raining, which means the berries are back. We can collect them again. Up to 23 food, but only 1 animal in the tribe. Approaching day 22, and there is the dreaded Barina. We need to make the getaway. We found another one of our tribe over here. Excuse me, of our species. I could make her one of our tribe, but this is her last day, so that's not needed. But she will provide a nice barrier between me and the Barina. So run away. Day 23 now. No Barina in sight. It should be right over here was where the bush was. There we go. Back up to 25 food. Day 24. I only need to hit enter. And there we are. Victorious. Challenge succeeded. And I think that's more than enough for today. So it's been exciting, I think. As you can tell, I really think that there's enough options that you can use the sandbox mode to make the game as challenging or as easy as you would like. So it can be a relaxing management game, almost like The Sims, where there really is no failure. Or it can be a turn-based roguelike where every move is crucial and enemies are very dangerous and food is scarce. So I think that's pretty cool. I think there's a great underlying base here. And I think it's the kind of game that you can do a lot with if you're willing to experiment. So my hat's off to the developers. And I'm looking forward to playing this again and seeing how difficult we can really make it. I think that'll be fun. So for now, my name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur. This has been Niche, a genetic survival game. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe, and have a good night. We got more up here, and that's it. We failed the event. Makes it 2-0.
For duty.
Get all these archers behind the lines. The good news is that we are profitable, and we need to focus on the boat. I've been cuckolded. -100%. Job done.